So I want to apologize for not talking about the Mueller investigation. It's just that I've been a little bit more busy with Article 11 and Article 13 here. But I'm a little bit taken aback, right? Because, well, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, they constantly talk about cracking down on fake news and stopping conspiracy theories. It seems that the CNN has been pushing a conspiracy for 3 years now. Who's going to stop them? Who's going to stop the mainstream media for pushing conspiracy theories? By the way, fake news. That was something that the CNN coined. They actually coined to use against Trump. Now, fake news is a bad thing, eh? Interesting how that cookie crumbles. But it's interesting because a lot of Americans actually believed in the Russian conspiracy thing. And this has been pushed almost exclusively, like 99.9% by the mainstream media. So yeah, because of that, it seems that a lot of mainstream media outlets from the left have lost ratings, like CNN. Rachel Maddow lost like 19% of the ratings. Meanwhile, Fox News gained ratings. Was absolutely insane. But what's more interesting is that people are sad that there was no collusion. Like Rachel Maddow actually pissed her eyes on air yet again. She's a very emotional lady, it seems, crying, over this. It's like, shouldn't you be happy? Like, do you understand the implications of what would happen if the Russian government would actually have the power to meddle with the United States elections? Not to mention, like, the level of power that they had, like, to be able to just manipulate the electoral college, but not to manipulate the popular vote. Very savvy, these Russians people. Like this would have been a diplomatic shitstorm of epic proportions. Like let's assume you actually find out that the Russians did influence the elections. Like what do you do then? Like I guess Trump would have to step down. He would be tried for treason, right? Like the relationship between the United States and Russia would have never been the same. Like. You could basically bring the world to the brink of a war if that was the case. In the worst scenario. But like no, like it would have been the worst possible outcome for everyone. And so there would also be like two questions now. Like who is responsible for not preventing it? Like who's responsible with the security? You would have like the most, but then again, I guess like this is how the mainstream media benefits, right? Because like you would have everyone go in a panic, everyone go in a feeling of terror, and everyone would tune in on CNN to see what's up, to see what other news they have to tell. And it's like, oh, be afraid. So yeah, I guess like CNN is definitely upset that this didn't materialize, especially when they staked their reputation on it. They've been talking nonstop, like more than 50% of Maddow's coverage was just about Russia. There are clips on YouTube where she goes, Russia, 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 Putin, Russia, 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 Russia. Yeah, I mean, I guess the mainstream media can push conspiracy. If I would do something like, sorry, Alex Jones did something like that. When Alex Jones does it, it's bad. Gets bad from everywhere. CNN is good. Still good. Don't talk bad about them because they're good. Meanwhile, like the left is actually happy that Smollett managed to get out of jail, right? So this is like how demoralized these people are. Like they're sad. They're legitimately upset that the United States president won and the elections weren't rigged and there wasn't Russian interference or collusion. Like that's a bad thing. But the fact that some guy manages to have his charges dropped, not because he's found innocent, not because the police doesn't have evidence on them, but because the prosecutor said, yeah, we only deal with violent crime. Yeah, like we don't want to waste resources on this guy. But it's so painfully obvious that he called a favor. Apparently, like there's an FBI investigation on it now. Yeah, it's just astonishing. Like, and that is something to be cheered. That is something to be applauded. Pretty soon, I bet he's going to be offered a new job. He's going to get a new gig. He's going to land somewhere through the power of virtue signal. Just insane. Just absolutely over the top insane. And now, of course, the mainstream media is doubling down. Like up till this is a common leftist tactic, right? Like leftists, they love institutions. They treat institutions as if they're the word of God or something. Like up until now, it's like, oh, the FBI says, the FBI does. It's like, well, how can you contradict this? Look, the FBI said it. Oh, if the FBI said it, it's true. And now that Mueller couldn't find anything, they're starting to doubt the FBI. You know, they used to do the same with SCOTUS. Like back when the Supreme Court decided that gay marriage is like being against gay marriage is unconstitutional. Like, oh, the Supreme Court, good institution, good institution. And now there's articles with the left trying to take down the Supreme Court or take down the Electoral College. Why? Because they're not winning. You know, like now the organizations are against them. It's like they're against the organization. And it's the same with the FBI. Like now, like, oh, they don't trust the FBI anymore. Like up until this day, if I would have made a video where I doubt an FBI decision and I say, no, I disagree with it. I think the FBI is wrong on this one. Conspiracy theory. Oh my God, like V is pushing conspiracy theories, flag his channel. The mainstream media, when they do it, it's fine. It's really frustrating. Like these multi-million-dollar corporations and CNN doesn't even have like its parent company doesn't even have its headquarters in America. It's like it's funded by foreign investors. They constantly call for the censorship of alternative media. You know, they constantly call for the censorship of people like myself and other, you know, independent content creators for the same things that they're doing. You know, it is just really, really annoying. So now it's gotten to the point where Reddit, of all places, they decided to run it up on CNN. And I bet it's going to be reported that these are white nationalists that do it, or it's going to be reported like, you know, it's 4chan or 8chan. No, it's on Reddit, okay? So it's from Arthur Donald. Now, I don't really go on Reddit. It's someone that brought this to me and showed me, like, look what Reddit is doing. And I found it absolutely hilarious. Apparently, they say that we want so much that our salt mines are overflow. We don't have room for additional pylons, and it's time to send CNN salt. So they actually like gave like a couple of links to order salt and send it to CNN. And people are buying like a lot of salt and they decided to send it to CNN. And apparently they were like having like messages, no collusion, no obstruction. Time to start the wall construction. But I think they also did this to the New York Times. And the New York Times ended up having massive excesses of salt. And they donated to charity, to a soup kitchen. But this is like, you know, what it's got to do. Like, the people are just mocking the mainstream media. It's a joke, you know, like, the only reason the mainstream media still has power is because corporations listen to them. What I'm trying to say is that if you look at the level of trust that the public has in the media is at an all-time low. You know, when Donald Trump says the mainstream media is the enemy of the people, no one defends them. Like, only the mainstream media defends itself. You know, like after Donald Trump destroyed Andrew Cuomo's career by refusing to invite him into the White House, no one is talking to, like, you don't see groups of people. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't see the people rising up and talking against Donald Trump. No one gives a shit about them. If Donald Trump would say something bad about PewDiePie, or if Donald Trump would say something bad about Alex Jones, then you would actually have people complaining and people like raising up, and you'd see like Donald Trump lowering himself in popularity. Because like it got to the point where people have more respect for Alex Jones, which is treated like a pariah, than they have for CNN. No one is buying Alex Jones some salt. Oh, by the way, speaking of YouTubers, like Cenk Uygur had the hottest take. Like I read it, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, that's such a hot take. So, as I mentioned, like everyone is now doubling down on this whole Russian thing. You know, like no one is going just to take the L and say, you know what, like we were wrong. No. The FBI was wrong. But Cenk had even a better take. So he said that he hopes that Mueller also investigated to see if Trump colluded after the elections, because he believes that the collusion happened after, not before. And I'm sitting here, you know, reading his brain fart, like reading Cenk Uygur Twitter brain fart. And I was like, okay, so the Russians colluded with Donald Trump after he won the elections in order to help him win the elections. So I guess like the Russians managed to invent the time machine or something and sent some Russian hackers back through time after Donald Trump won the elections in order to... And there's another video that I'm going to show you guys. It's just the best thing ever. I didn't believe this when I saw it. Like you can't tell the difference between InfoWars and I believe MSNBC. Like that's the hottest theory is that the Russians planted Donald Trump back in the 50s in America. I'm not making this up, okay? Like this is just what they're putting out there. You're going to see it. Upcoming video. I promise. They planted Donald Trump in the 50s, and he was like a sleeper agent all the time up till now. I'm done. I'm not trying to understand these people. This is madness. They're cuckoo. They're crazy. I don't know what to say. Hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think in the comment section.